Hey everyone, welcome to Sketchaday Live. We're back. Got an apple in tow and some lovely. I'm not sure if this is totally working. I'm trying to stream on Behance at the same time. So, anyhow, as you know, it's Fan Friday. So, thanks for being here, checking things out. Yeah, I don't know if this is working just yet. So, give me just a second. Give me just a minute. Oh, there we go. Looks good. All right. We are live. Hello. So I'm Spencer. For those who don't know who I am, industrial designer. Been doing this for, man, seems like forever, but about 15 years now. So we're just going to do some drawing, keeping it real, keeping it simple. I guess real simple. Pens, markers, all that stuff. Hello, Mystery Tom. What's up? So today I'm in two places. I'm on Behance and also on YouTube. We're just trying this out. Expand our reach. See if we can get other people watching, participating. So, yeah, I haven't eaten anything yet today. So, apologies for the crunchy apple sounds or almonds and that kind of thing. Today is Fan Friday. And on Fan Fridays, what I like to do is show off your work. So, if you're interested in that, check out the Discord, which it's running really slowly today. Love to show off your work as well as take a look at the weekly sketch challenge. So two things at play. And for the show, if you want feedback online, this is exclusive to patrons and channel members. Let me know. I would be happy to give you some feedback on your work. Shout out and thanks to Paul Sohi for the music, as always. Hey Ryan, what's up? Oh my goodness. All right, let's get started. Ooh, some strong tea. Some strong tea. Okay, quick apple break. Sorry, you can probably hear all that. Yeah, Discord's been weird this week, so apologies on that if it's a bit slow. All right, let's get everything in frame. All right, this feels a little bit better. Okay, cool. So welcome to the show. Sit back, relax, grab a beverage of your choice. It's probably too early for whiskey though, guys. Okay, grab something, chill, and we're gonna get to it. Okay, before I get into your work, I just want to show you a little bit of what I did this week. So, did this birdhouse sketch. The weekly sketch challenge this week was birdhouses, but you could do birds if you wanted. You know, I'm not gonna be picky. So, I did these with marker. Of course, came up with some ideas first here and had a request from one of our lovely patrons, Lori Burt, wanting to see a totem pole. So, we did that super quick sketch as well as the birdhouse stuff. So that's been pretty fun. I forgot what day that was. That might have been Tuesday, Sunday. I don't know. And then did some other concepts as well. So I'm going to do one more concept, do some warm-ups, and then I will take ideas, suggestions like I always do, or maybe I'll finish up this quick sketch I was working on a little while back. But like I always do, and like I always say, we're gonna warm up first. Okay. Hey Lori, what's up? Do I create NFTs and sell? No, NFTs are a scam. Okay. All right, this is normal paper. Just making sure. So how you doing? How's your Friday? I've got to have two chats open. So this will be interesting. So I'm trying to pay attention to two things at the same time. I'm starting to feel like an octopus again. All right. Okay, no ASMR apple chewing. That's good. I'm just paying attention to the Behance chat as well. All right, so I am streaming on YouTube again as well, like I mentioned. So Pick your poison, but it's all good. Welcome to those who are new. If you're checking it out for the first time, here we go. Let's do some pen sketches. So yeah, I hope you had a good week. Hope y'all are staying healthy, staying hydrated, all that good stuff. I'm just gonna warm up, let some people trickle in here, and then we'll show off your work. Again, Patreon's channel members, if you... By channel members, I mean YouTube channel members. I might just consolidate down to Patreon, but if you want any feedback, hit me up. Let me know. If you don't want feedback, that's cool too. It's been really fun seeing everyone lean into the challenge this week. Like I said, it's birdhouses and birds. You probably don't get too much hand drawing on Behance, but we're gonna do it today. Pen and paper, old school, like computers don't exist. Why do I do that? I do it to keep sharp. I do it to keep sharp. Oh, I didn't realize I could pop out the chat. Okay, thanks, Ryan. That is handy. Okay. Thanks, Ryan. Ryan's over at Behance, helping me out a little bit. So, much appreciated. Hey, One Mighty. What's up? Hey, you shortened your name. Okay, so again, this warm-up, the idea is to work on consistency. Draw with your shoulder. Try to get as straight a line as you possibly can. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Anne. Much appreciated. Much love to you. Thanks for the support. If you're curious about any of the materials I'm using, you can check out this link. I'll post it in a second. Or just head over to sketchaday.com. There's a link for resources available. I use a lot of apps. I do a lot of things. So I just kind of put everything in one place. All right. Just put everything in one place. Umacorn. We don't usually see Spencer stream on Behance often simultaneously. No, I'm trying this out today to see how it works, but I'm excited to engage with all of you. So thank you. Thank you. All right, let's get some circles in here. I kind of have an idea of the birdhouse I want to do. When am I going to do a gravity sketch stream? That's a good question, but I actually have a good answer for you this time, Tom. I had a call with the CEO of Gravity Sketch this week, and so I'm going to be receiving a headset, and I'll be on a podcast coming soon. So I will be doing some VR stuff. It's a cool tool. It's interesting. I'm never going to give up pen and paper or even digital sketching, but it's an interesting tool, and I'm curious to see how it interfaces with my ability to prototype. On my soon-to-be 6th 3D printer, yes. I ordered another one. It's just nice to be able to print simultaneously on a 3D printer, like get 6 parts out or whatever. So I have a little print farm that I've got going here. So yeah, exciting things up ahead. I'm just curious to see if I can create something usable in the app and then, you know, bounce that over to my 3D printer and have a prototype. Maybe with a little massaging or something. All right, let's do some ellipses. You know the drill. And if you're tired of seeing warm-ups, I say good. Because they're important. Get those skills fresh. Keep them fresh, I should say. Keep sharp. So the idea here, if you've watched any of my streams, the idea here is to just open these ellipses as I move down the page. I draw a lot of objects. And so getting warm with perspective is super important. Yeah, Gravity Sketch One Mighty is a VR drawing application where you have 2 controllers in your hand and you can work with surfaces that are in a format called sub D or simple NURBS based surfaces. So it's a quick way to get 3D stuff. Print a Dragon Ball out of resin. Ooh, that's gonna be beautiful. I don't have a resin printer. Oh, that's cool, Tom. I don't have a resin printer. I just have a FFF or FDM printer. 5 of them, like I said, all soon to be 6. Ryan's asking, do you have a Quest? I do not have... Well, I have a Quest 1. I don't have a Quest 2, so I'm getting a Quest 2, and then... Because the Quest 1, my kids just use it. I'm getting a Quest 2, and then I'll be using that. Alright, so let's check out the Discord here. Show off some of your work. I know it's been a while. It's been a while. But we'll check it out anyways. Alright, so here we are. This is the Discord. I'm going to go back to... Let's give Mystery some love. January 17th. Mystery, always working on the hands. Pencil work. Nice job. Thanks for submitting. Really like the pliers. They feel delicate. This one's also interesting, the sketch in the middle where you can kind of see the 2 stages superimposed. That's pretty cool. Thanks for submitting. Abdul, I kind of want to do a resketch of your sketch. I already asked Abdul in the chat, so maybe I'll do that as well today. But really interesting looking robot, pretty cool. Thanks for submitting that. We've got a helmet by Petia Parak. I love the energy of this sketch. Super fast, super quick. You know, it's the type of sketch you could quickly overlay and really pull some interesting detail out of. So thanks for submitting. 33333. Interesting username, but nice shoes. Thanks for submitting. And let's see, Jordan, one of our mods. Ooh, these are nice, Jordan. Love the colors. Absolutely love the colors. The feeling. Really nice work. Looks like we have the same cutting mat too. Geo with some finger painting. Absolutely beautiful. Love the colors. The subtle depth of field effect is pretty cool. By depth of field, I just mean the blurring on the edges and things in the background. This is really rad. I would print this and put this on my wall. It's nice. And we got Big Rod here. Looks like some heavy equipment. Digital sketch, I'm guessing. Really nice. And let's see, you got MK7 with a car. You know I love cars. I'm trying not to do all cars on the show. And Mystery with some more thumbnails, including a little birdhouse here. So, really nice. You do love the pencil, Mystery. I know you do. Alright, so as I mentioned, our weekly sketch challenge this week. There's a little channel here. Like I said, Discord's been a little slow and misbehaving, so hopefully it's okay today. Kick things off this week with my birdhouses here, and had some quick ones by Felix, and Felix actually took this a bit further. I may have to jump to another channel to show that, but he actually made a 3D prototype, which is pretty cool. Mystery's birdhouse here. Love the bird. Looks super delicate. Way more detail than my birds. I'm too impatient. And here we got a CAD rendering of Mysteries. It's nice and shiny. Lovely texture. Here's Felix's birdhouse, sketched up and ready to be built in 3D. I love the cross-section, you know, kind of thinking through all the constituent parts and how you're going to approach that. Really nice. Mystery with another concept here. Stackable cubes. I like it. Stackable cubes. And Jordan with the concept here. This is like a little bird garage. I like that. Ashcrete facade. Nice, nice. Okay, and then we got some hummingbirds by Scary Jelly. Right here. Beautiful. Love the texture on the neck here. It's really, really pretty. And let's see. I'm guessing this is the birdhouse, little bird tent. That'd be interesting, a bird tent. And here, Felix just uploaded a quick picture of his birdhouse that he 3D printed. You can kind of see it here. I think I have to... Can I zoom in? I'll just move this window. Yeah, I don't think I can zoom in on this Discord view, but really nice work. It's cool to see that in our 3D printing channel on the Discord. We were talking about that as well. You can kind of see Felix putting it together here on his little Prusa Mini. So nice work. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not my computer that's so slow, and Discord's just being weird. Being really weird today. So anyhow. All right. So thanks guys for submitting. It was awesome. Really, really cool. Good to see. All right, let's get drawing. So feel free to draw along or do your own thing. It's all good. I'll catch up with the chat here in just a sec. Let's see. Okay, cool. So I wanted to do... Are you familiar with the Streamline design style? So kind of came about in the 30s. I think it was around the time of Art Deco. I don't remember exactly, but this kind of style here, right? It'd be interesting to do a Streamline inspired birdhouse. I actually did do one back in college for fun, but you know, that was forever ago. That was almost 20 years ago. So it'd be fun to do a little Streamline concept. So I'm gonna do some thumbnails, and then we'll jump into some marker. I really just want to draw Chrome today, so that's why. All right. Do I ever use gray pens? Sometimes I do, Lori. Sometimes I use gray pens. I used to be really into them back in the day. So thanks again for checking in, tuning in. I'm Spencer. This is Sketch A Day Live. Fan Friday. Thanks for submitting your work. Ginger tea. Really good. Okay. So yeah, I'm watching, let's see, 4 windows and 2 monitors. So that's why I'm a little distracted. Maybe what I need is a chat mod on Behance. Someone to help out there. Okay. So usually when I do something, you guys know this, I like to do a side view. Also, trying to decide what topics for next week's challenge. I think right now as it stands, furniture is kind of... or not furniture, fashion is at the top of the list. So we'll see what shakes out there. So I'm just going to do some thumbnails to start, and then we'll do our final sketch. And I think I'm going to overlay that robot. I think that's what I'll do. All right, so for this one, I'm thinking maybe a nice little base here. All this would be chrome. And then this would be some sort of fin, but could also be a mount. So if it's in 3D here, maybe you could do something like this. That could be cool. I gotta figure out this fin. Maybe it's just a small slot instead. So yeah, I think if you're into drawing, you like this kind of stuff, I do think it's important to... That's a big hole. So I'm gonna shrink that. I think it's important to maintain some foundational fundamental skills. So that's why I like to do pen and paper so much. There's no undo. There's no zoom. Got to learn to work with your mistakes. Helps you be more confident too, I've found. So that's also a plus. But yeah, maybe we could do... Let me get this keyboard out of the way here. Mystery says, so happy weekly sketch challenges are back. Yeah, I had to take a break. I was going full speed ahead on life for a bit, so... truth be told, you know, with Jordan helping out, it's a lot easier. It's a lot to do. It's a lot to do everything, you know. So yeah, if this is Chrome, I guess it depends on the environment, but I'm going to have, you know, interesting highlights on the edges, things like that going on. So I can plan for those, but maybe something like that. Or maybe some different mount. We'll see. Oh, the Paris fashion runway shows are going on right now. Okay. Fashion it is. So our next challenge is going to be fashion. That's a real challenge for me because if you remember the last one, I think I streamed almost every day that week that we did fashion, and even then, like, I was struggling. So it'll be a good challenge for me. You know, and maybe I'll switch to pencil. I don't know yet. You know, pencil and markers. We'll see. Little tip though, as you're holding your pen, try and hold your pen about halfway up the barrel. It's going to help you have a looser stroke, more expressive lines, and so forth. So try that out. Let's zoom in a little bit here. So every time I stream, I have to reframe my overhead camera because the lens resets. So yeah, that's what I was just doing there. But thanks again, Anne, for the super chat contribution donation. Much appreciated. I'm just doing a streamlined birdhouse. Thought it'd be fun. You know, that characteristic style. I use comparisons to Hitler to win arguments on the internet at the drop of a hat. Maybe it's streamlined / Art Deco, you could say. Art Deco would be more if I started to add some consistent geometric details to my design here. Oh, perch. Hello, Mohammed. Hi to all you Behancers. Are they called Behancers? Behancelets? Behanders? What's the politically correct term for the Behance crowd? I don't know. I mean, YouTube, it's easy. It's YouTubers or fans. Maybe it's the same at Behance. Oh, thank you, Lori. You're very generous. Lori also, by way of information, teaches a Skillshare course. And she teaches, let's see, it's really easy to find. The Beginner's Guide to Fashion Illustration. All right, so if you have Skillshare, check it out. This is not an affiliate thing or paid ad or promotion or anything. This is just one of our fans being awesome. I think can I post links in? Yeah, I can. Okay. So if you're interested in fashion design, you can check that out if you have Skillshare. And I think they do a free trial too, so you can sign up, check it out, and hopefully you learn some good stuff. All right, let's do a couple more concepts here. I'll probably do another page of these, and then we'll do our marker sketch. You guys watching anything good on TV? I always want to know. I'm one of those people who, when I do my creative work, I like to have something on in the background. Nothing too complex. You know, I tried watching Behind Her Eyes while I was working on things. That one was difficult to follow. I mean, at the end, it was like cool. But I had no idea what was going on for half the show. My sister was insistent on me watching it. Started Station 11, didn't really connect with it, so I don't know if I'll finish it. But yeah, what's good right now? What are all the cool kids watching? Lori says 1 month free with her link on her website. So I'll post her website link as well. She's one of our... Man, Lori's been a fan for, I think, about 2 years now. Really cool. So you can check out our website, use her code, and it sounds like you get 1 month free, which is pretty awesome. So, oh yeah, Book of Boba Fett is amazing. I don't want to give any I don't want to give any spoilers, but the last episode was so good. My kids and I were like literally jumping out of our seats at how good it was. It was really, really cool. I think I so far, because I know there's an Ashoka Tano, hope I didn't butcher that, series that's in development. So these birdhouses are going to be chrome, by the way. So this will give me an opportunity to talk about reflections. Oh my goodness, I forgot to record stream. Oh well. But yeah, Boba Fett was good. Kate and It Follows are the two most... It Follows is a weird movie. I haven't seen Kate, but like It Follows got really good reviews, but then watching the movie, I was like, it's okay. Maybe because I was expecting it to be a bit more like It. Yeah, so when I do my reflections, I'm just kind of planning them out here on these shapes, but just to kind of show you, you know, you might have, you know, sun, and then if there's tree stuff, you're going to get those reflections. And if this is a different material, we wouldn't get any of that, but just think of shiny things like a giant mirror, right? So it's like a big mirror that reflects everything in the environment. All right. And I always say, if you want to get better at drawing, you got to open your eyes, pay attention, look around you. Do you remember those YouTube videos? Look around you. They're really weird. Look around you and you'll find patterns and representation of things. It's literally that simple. All right. Let's see if I can find that weird YouTube video. Look around you. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. You probably got a little of that audio. This is a weird playlist, but check it out. Star Wars armor considered fashion? Sure. That would be fashion. Basically anything anyone wears with a human wearing it. I'm totally cool with that. Maybe Lori would say otherwise. I don't know. All right, let's do some more thumbnails here. We'll keep these handy, but we'll do some more. Once again, this is Sketchaday Live. Hello, I'm Spencer. I love drawing. I love a lot of things, but love chatting, drawing, connecting with you all. We're just doing pen and paper markers today. And as I mentioned, the reason for that is it helps keep your skills sharp, right? And I do work digitally, use Adobe Fresco a lot, Procreate, other apps, but just wanted to get back to basics, like the chrome on cars, that kind of shiny, yeah. Or goodbye Vikram. when you go to a public restroom and you see the chrome pipes. That's what I mean. Okay, I'm gonna look at and just to remind you guys, you know, like many artists do, inspiration is helpful because you can take bits and pieces of things and familiarize yourself with the style. So this is the streamlined style. So I'm just trying to pay attention to details, shapes, forms, things like that I might place on my birdhouse. Now, I do want it to be functional, so putting a fin on a birdhouse might not be the most sensible decision. But I'm trying to think about, okay, what are some of the connecting elements? Like if I have a loop, you know, maybe something like that. I like the little slot here on the base of this vacuum cleaner. So you can take a look at elements of a design when you're looking at inspiration and combine those to come up with better ideas. And that's kind of how creativity works. You don't really start from nothing. You got to start from something. All right. Okay. Maybe we do like an inverted shape. Do something like this. Now, what I'm not showing is that I'm actually drawing through, like in my head, I'm thinking about two boxes, like so, that are connected at the corners, and then spheres at the corners. To create this rounded outline. All right, so when you see someone draw quickly, oftentimes, I mean, these are just calculations that you make very, very quickly to then draw your final shape on paper. Highly recommend drawing with a pen if you're just getting started. It can seem intimidating. In fact, it is intimidating. However, eventually, as you do it more and more, you'll start to care less and less, which sounds weird. I'm going to steal that slot idea. But it also forces you to think about what you're doing before you do it. And it's always good to mix things up. Also, what I found for myself anyways is that by drawing with a pen, it actually increases your confidence when sketching with a pencil. All right. So it's a matter of training yourself. Someone's saying on Behance, it's early. How early is it for you? It is 10:39 where I am. Although I'm a morning person, so I've been up since 5 a.m. Got my workout in, cleaned my house. Caroline says, I got some drawing pencils for my birthday. Haven't tried them out yet. I'm more used to pencils. Yeah. Pencils are comfortable. Don't get me wrong. They're comfortable. You can work light until you get it right, which is sometimes a really nice thing. But there are ways with pen to drive to clarity. And in this instance, for example, with this thumbnail sketch, I can take a bigger marker here. Now work on the outline. Okay, I've also had a few requests for you know, some sort of download or spot to listen to the background music. I'm going to be working on that this weekend, and I will make that available to the patrons first, and then we'll roll out. So anyhow, point is, you can take a marker and increase the clarity you have in your drawing with line weight. Okay, we got 11 p.m. on Friday, 5:40 p.m., 6:40 a.m. for someone. Are you in Hawaii, Steve? Where would it be 6:40 a.m.? Let's see, 4 hours behind me. Yeah, that sounds like Hawaii or something. Just checking out the chat. I feel like I'm staying too boxy with these, so let's do a couple more. A couple more wacky, weird birdhouses. Sometimes you gotta like force yourself to do a different shape, you know? So yeah, like I mentioned, I have 5 3D printers right now. And I'm currently waiting on my 6th. I thought about so for those who are into 3D printing anyways, I thought about getting a Voron 3D printer. However, if I do that, then I'm going to be dealing with different software, different setups, different flow, and I didn't want to add any more complexity to my setup, so I kind of abandoned that idea and decided to, what's this? Quadruple down on Prusa. What if the birdhouse was like translucent so that, you know, all the sticks and stuff you could see in here, and little birds just chilling inside or something? That would be interesting. Why are they not transparent? Probably because predators would see them. There's probably a reason for it, right? There's probably a reason. Just like you don't see... You don't see square holes on a birdhouse for some reason. I'm going to take another bite of my apple. So Sketch Today Live. We are just... Where did my sketch go? Oh. We're just thumbnailing some birdhouses here before we jump into marker. Oh, New Zealand. Okay, cool. Okay, apologies. I haven't eaten today, so I'm sneakily crunching on an apple. I actually really like this one because it's so weird. Maybe there is a little return on the bottom here. But I like this because the chrome would be fun. So I'm gonna... Sometimes when I'm ideating, I'll tag my sketches and say, yeah, I'm gonna do something like that. It might work if they feel safe enough. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's probably a reason why it's not transparent, right? But I could totally see that being like interesting. New Zealand is the first time zone. Is first the best then? I've heard New Zealand's pretty great as far as places to live. Let's explore some spheres. How about that? Because we kind of started out with, you know, cylindrical or squircles. Here, this is more like two spheres connected by a cylinder in terms of the primitives that make up the shape. But let's explore some spheres and see how that goes. The size of the hole will decide what species will use it, says Felix. Okay, so if the hole is huge, like if it's like this big, like an owl will go in there, right? It's starting to look like an eyeball. Or Pokemon ball or something. Pokemans. See, and this is why, like, if you're ideating, you have to take some time to get the crud out of your system. Right? And once you get into that flow state where you kind of understand the mechanics of something or what you're trying to do, it's a lot easier to then go and generate those ideas as you go. So maybe this is some sort of Actually, it'd be interesting if the little perch here were chrome and was like a part of this chrome piece. So this could be like, you know, red, and then this could be chrome. All right, let's do our harsh reflection in pen, so it'll feel like chrome. So yeah, I like using digital tools, but as I mentioned, it's nice to also sketch on paper. Okay, quick check-in on the Discord. I know some of you are new to all this, but I do have a Discord, and that's at sketchaday.com/discord. So this was our weekly sketch challenge. If you're wondering, why is he doing birdhouses? We kicked things off with some birdhouses. This was a sketch that Lori requested. We have submissions from Felix here, some doodles, and Felix took it even further, mystery with some renderings, and you went digital. Curious what tool you used, Felix. Did you use Procreate or Fresco or something else? And then mystery with another rendering, but I wanted to go down to here where Felix actually prototyped his birdhouse, which is cool. He did say it's really cold where he is. You can kind of see everything's capped in snow here, but it's really cool to see the real object. And there's a lot you can learn when you sketch something and then make it, right? I'm sure you had to make some decisions, Felix, about the size, the scale, the placement of things, the roof, and so forth, even the perch that you created. And here you go. You can kind of see, it looks like you're using Rhino, I'm guessing. Here you can kind of see his model cross section, right? So not everything you draw is going to automatically look good. Just because it looks good as a sketch doesn't mean that it's going to look good as a product. So I'm sure Felix realized that some changes needed to be made along the way. So kudos for that. Props. Nice work. All right, let's do a couple more here. Like, what if instead of a perch, it was just like a little dish, and we had a nice little hole here. So the bird could still, you know, land somewhere. And who knows, maybe this collects like rainwater or something. We'd have to have some weep holes so that it didn't go into the birdhouse, right? So if the water level gets too high, but it could be cool for the bird if, so here, if I were to do a cross section, let's do a cross section. So it'd be cool if from the side, okay, this is like a teeny cross section. Let's do a big one. I'll show you what I'm thinking. So here's our circle. Here's our hole. Here's our catchment. So there would have to be some sort of like system of holes around this so that if the water that would collect gets too high, right, it would drain out and maybe come out some holes on the bottom. And in here you'd have to have like, you know, maybe 2 shells or something on the inside. So those are the kind of things you got to think about as a designer. Like, you can't just say, yeah, let's do this, and not have a plan. As you're working with engineers or other people who are going to help make your product, you want to be able to think through this stuff so that they won't laugh you off, you know. All right, so I think I'm going to do this birdhouse, and then I want to do something with this, but I really don't like the fin. So I'll figure something else out. Let's call this 2. All right. So I'm going to grab my marker paper. And since it's chrome, I think I'll work with gray markers and do the light sketch before I do my final sketch. Hello, Simone. What's your question? I'll see if I can answer. Feel free to ask any life questions, career questions. If you're thinking about getting into design or the creative field. One day I'll finish this car sketch. Maybe I'll finish it in Fresco on a stream. Show you guys how to do that. Even though I don't necessarily want to take it to that point, but maybe I will. Maybe I will. Okay. Let's get these sketches out of the way. After the stream, what I always do, since the Behancers, sounds like a TV show, the Behancers, are new, for my patrons, I upload these sketches in a post, but also we have a Google Drive. I have guides and resources available. There's a marker guide that kind of goes over how to use markers. So if you're new to that world, definitely check that out. That is available at sketchaday.com. And right now I am running a discount on my store. I forgot the code. But newsletter subscribers get special codes from time to time, so that's another thing you want to pay attention to. Let's see if I can find it here. But in the meantime, feel free to check out that marker guide, posting a link in the chats before we jump into drawing with our markers. Currently designing a spice rack as part of your university course. Hopefully that goes well. All right, let's see. TY20 is the discount code. All right. So it'll give you 20% off anything in your order. TY20. So if you want to pick something up, you can use that code today. That expires on, I think it expires on Monday or Tuesday. So if you need some time to think about it, it's all good. How do I not get the sheet dirty using paper matter pen? I'm not sure what a paper matter pen is, but I'm using just a regular pen. So a couple things. How you hold your pen makes a difference. So holding my pen further back means that my hand isn't going to smudge my drawing, because I'm drawing out here, right? The smudges would happen here. If I need to draw over the drawing, I'll wait for it to dry, and then I'll do the rest of the drawing. Okay. Let's do these on the same sheet. Man, I'm tempted to just jump in and do... pen right away. Okay, so as I mentioned, streamline birdhouses. All right. I don't know if I want to use this gray. Also, these are Ohuhu markers. They do not sponsor me. They're kind of hit or miss, but the quality is good. I say hit or miss because you can pull one out and start sketching, and some of the numbers are weird. So, for example, they're really cheap. If you want to check them out, I'll post a link here in a bit. They're really cheap, but here's an example where I have a neutral gray 2 and a neutral gray 3. So markers usually have some sort of color code on the packaging to help you identify what color to use and what to expect. Well, Ohuhu decided, I'm not speaking for the company, but it's better to have them guess. Because you never know what you're going to get. Life is like a box of Ohuhu markers. You never know what color you're going to get, even if it says so. All right. So you can check those out there if you want. Like a set of 30, I think, it's really, really cheap. Really, really cheap. It's a great question, Trey. What containers am I using to store my markers? I wish I could show you. Can I do that? Can I do that? Nah, that's too much work. I was gonna hook up my iPhone to my computer and show you guys real quick, but I use these containers. They're by Target. They're the Bright Room canister. Okay, it's Bright Room. It used to be called Made by Design, but they recently updated their branding, so it's just called Bright Room, and it's just a what is this? 8 by 4 by 4 container. Holds about, let's see, 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 30 markers, reliably well. And they're pretty affordable too. I think the container is like $8 or something. But the thing with markers, if you didn't know this, if you store your markers in an airtight container, you will have, your markers will last a long time. Sorry. So here's a YouTube video. Sorry, I'm just dropping links today. How to store markers. If you just store them in an airtight container, they'll last a long time. Like, I have markers still from college to this day that I got for free. I used to shop for my markers on eBay because I wanted good markers, but I also okay, let's do a quick color test as well. I wanted good markers, but I wanted to save money. Okay, that's neutral gray 3. Let's see what our neutral gray 2 looks like, which is really CG, what is it? CG020. That's the color code. All right, but it's supposed to be neutral gray 2, which it is, but what the heck with the color code here? CG020 and NG03. So weird. So weird. So you always want to test your colors before you jump in. All right. Sometimes I don't. Those of you watching me on YouTube, you know. Sometimes he just jumps in and does his thing. All right. Hopefully y'all can hear the music this time too, by the way. I didn't realize no one could hear it before. All right, let's do our 2 birdhouses. Same page. Sketching in a gray marker here allows me to kind of plan things out without committing to the final thing. So from your perspective, your vantage point, you can barely see the marker on the paper, right? So I can take some time, plan things out. Maybe make some changes to my design as I go. But it's a really great way since this is streamlined. I think I'm going to do something like this for the perch on this one. Anyhow, but since it's in gray, it kind of falls to the back. You know, contrast is one of those really powerful tools that you can use as a visual communicator to pull details out or show importance or whatnot. So with this gray marker, I can plan everything out. You know, hey, I want to highlight here. I'm gonna show my crazy tree reflections in the side here, and maybe have some more tree reflections here going on the side. So I can plan all this out, right? And it's basically low cost, meaning there's not a high level of investment here, so that if I need to start over, I can start over. But it gives me something to work with. All right, let's do the other birdhouse. All right, so the one I just sketched is this guy here. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do 2 pages. Let's do 2 pages because this will also. I think I have time. I think I have time to do this. So we'll just do a front view real quick. Sometimes what I like to do with alternative views is alter the design, but in this case, I'll just keep it pretty much the same, right? And kind of like we did on previous shows, we'll just do some squiggly lines for the background to simulate trees, and, you know, maybe have a branch coming down here or something. All right, so now we have a sketch page. Cool. So I'll put this to the side. Hey, Liba. You have over 300 markers that need storage now. Are you, what brand are you using, Latrice? Latrice is one of our awesome patrons, by the way, everyone. It's been a supporter for, man, feels like over 2 years now. So I really appreciate it. Again, patrons, and channel members, supporters, if you want feedback on a sketch, feel free to post in the Patreon channel on the Discord, and I'd be happy to overlay. And next week we are doing fashion. I'm so excited, and I know Lori is too. So check out her course if you want to get some skills get started. Check that out. All right, I'm gonna do one of these. Thinking that one, just because it's weird. It's like really weird. Really weird with a weird shape. Like really, really, really weird. I don't really have any of these perched on a branch. I guess we just hang it. Alright, there we go. Ohuhu markers. Thanks, Steve. Steve says, this is so cool. Tactile hints and tips. That's the idea. You know, like digital tools are fun and all. But you gotta be sharp, I think. Sharp with the real stuff. Alright. And for this one, let's see. Maybe I'll throw in a little thumbnail here. Sometimes too with thumbnails you can throw in like an alternate idea. This one definitely is not streamlined, but what if we had like a sphere in the middle here, so that the bird had a bit of shelter as it perched. Could be an interesting concept. All right, so let's make these chrome. I guess I'll just start with this one. I'm not gonna use my super nice markers, but I'm gonna make it red. Well, if I use red, maybe I'll do yellow and chrome. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Always start with your lightest lights. Work your way to your darkest darks if you're doing this. And I am drawing with my shoulder, meaning not really using my wrist much except for small things. So now I want to think about, okay, in this environment, where are my reflections going to be and so forth. All right. Markers have translucent ink. So as you draw here in the same spot, for example, I can put down some marker like that, let it dry. Pigment looks consistent, cool. And now once it's dried, I'll zoom in just so you can see. Once it's dried here, right, I can make that deeper. And you can kind of saturate the paper. This is marker paper, so it's a little bit different, but you can see how you can work to create a little bit of a gradient right there. So information like that, it's in the marker guide. Check it out, with a few demos as well. All right. All right. I also have to figure out light source. So where's my light coming from? Do I want to use a cool gray? I think I will use a cool gray, because I have bunches of cool gray markers in here. And again, start with your lightest lights. This is so weird. Oh, this is neutral gray. Okay. Confused me. guess I should. Yeah, because if... let me think about this. I'm making this really difficult for myself, but we'll make it happen. I'm going to have to use my nice markers for this, I think. So I now have my Copic markers out. And the reason I'm grabbing these greens is I want this to feel like it's in a tree. So to do that, my reflections need to have some green in them. Right, because we're reflecting the environment. Green and like pale blue as well. Sky tones. So really, for example, the top of my chrome here should be a pale blue. Okay, anything that's chrome really. And then we'll use pen to bring this to life as well. I might actually change, can I change that? Sorry, I'm just thinking through something here. I think I can change that. So I'm going to make it more like the original sketch. All right, let's do a quick test, quick color test. So Sketch-A-Day Live. So yeah, I just need to find a green that's maybe a little desaturated, but also dark. And I think I may have found one. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. Is it drying out though? Okay, kind of like that. Alright, so we'll get our leaves reflecting into this thing. Actually, I'll just leave it be.
I didn't get Inception. I didn't get Inception. Oh.
But with Chrome, what you really want is the nice strong reflections. Okay, so I'm just putting this down as a base. And I'll keep, let's see. I just really want to streamline the shape a little bit. So that's fine. So any surface that's facing up is going to reflect the sky. I didn't realize how complex of a problem I created by saying, I will do this. I'll do this as if it's outside. So that's going to reflect a bit of sky, as well as the top of our chrome piece here. It's also going to pick up some of the red, so I want to be a little bit careful. Let me think through this a bit. Okay, maybe something like this. And we'll use white pens and a few other tools here to kind of help out. So really doesn't matter what specific tool you're using. Right, it's all about the principle. All right, thanks for joining, Behancers. Sketch-A-Day Live. Chat's quiet, so maybe I should ask some more questions. Have you guys used markers? Do you like using markers? I know a lot of the YouTube chatters here have, but I'm curious. How do you feel about markers? Am I just an old fuddy-duddy? I think they're fun. All right, I will come back to this. And yeah, sometimes I jump around my drawings, so forgive me. I'm probably undiagnosed ADHD or something. Just talking to my friends that that do have and have been diagnosed ADHD. I'm like, something. There's something up. Well, Gareth only started using them in the past year. Nice. All right, so since this is a sphere, but also I'm trying to set up a situation in which I have my highlight, or the main light source is coming from this direction. That's why I've left the white spot here, white spot here, white spot here. All right, I'm kind of thinking about those things and maybe a little bit of light in the background. So I'm just going to start shading this in. Once that's dry, we can add some more here. So again, the idea is to work light until you get it right. Okay. So as I mentioned, we're gonna get a little bit of reflection here, and there'll be the grays too. Don't worry. Haven't used them in a long time. Relaxing to watch. Happy little markers. Birdhouse spaceship, exactly. It's like that. Did you grow up watching that show Flight of the Navigator? Man, I loved that as a kid. That movie. I think it was like an old Disney movie. That one and The Strongest Man in the World. I loved those Disney movies. And yeah, everything was chrome in Flight of the Navigator. The spaceship, it's all chrome. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And it would like transform and shape shift. It was so cool. They don't make them like they used to. All right, so now I'm just working to create some blends here. So probably go back and forth, but definitely need some contrast in the red. So Sketchaday Live, thanks again for joining. Happy Friday. Hope life's treating you well. Special thanks to Paul Sohi for this song in particular. I made some of the other music myself. So a little tip for you, by the way. Tip for you. If you are trying to blend your markers, just be patient. Give them some time to get into the paper. But also, if you want to activate whatever color is on the canvas, you can actually take a lighter, not the canvas, but your paper. Take a lighter marker and kind of hit the same spot, and it'll kind of wake up the pigment, so to speak. That's already there, and you get a nice little blend. All right. Of course, I want to show those trees and leaves reflecting, so we'll do a little bit of blending here. Red and green make something like brown, right? So we want to think about our colors as they reflect across our birdhouse here. Do I draw the yacht? I don't know what you mean. I have drawn yachts. You can check out previous streams. Actually, a great way to do that is to check out sketchaday.com/videos, where I have a list of videos that I've previously done. So if you're looking to learn, discovery can sometimes be really hard on YouTube for some reason. All right, so you can use this link, sketchaday.com/videos, and that'll take you right there. I totally forgot I have a phone call in like 15 minutes, so I'll have to text them and be like, sorry, I'm streaming. I'm streaming, yo. All right, so taking a little bit of that green now, just on the perimeter, and we'll blend these together. But yes, green and red make brown. There you go. So, you know, as I'm thinking about the trees, the leaves, gotta make sure these blend together somewhat. So if you have two colors that are really hard to blend with, man, I'm giving away all my secrets. Just get the marker guide. But there is a way to do it, and I'll just say you may find yourself being more successful if you use a texture to help with that blending rather than trying to create a perfectly smooth blend. All right, and you'll kind of see me do a little bit of that here. All right, so everything on the bottom now is going to be, you know, ground tones, browns, things like that. So again, you've got to think about your environment that your object is in. And what might be reflecting into that environment. So it could be a building, it could be a car, it could be all sorts of stuff. It could be a person. Right, but usually you'll get some kind of warm tones in there. And if you ever need to check the contrast in what you're doing, just squint your eyes, take a look at your drawing, and you'll get a pretty good idea of where you need to add some contrast to really make things pop. But the more you do this, the easier it'll also become. And certain things will just feel like second nature to you. Hello, Steven. What brand of markers do I recommend? I posted a link earlier in the chat, but you can see some information at sketchaday.com/stuff. Okay, where did I put that marker? There's a particular red I'm trying to find. Aha. It's like a very deep red. I like using it. So if money is no object, then I recommend using Copic markers. If you're trying to be on a budget, Ohuhu is a good brand. But I talk about all those in the marker guide, as well as provide a list on sketchaday.com/stuff. Check that out. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm glad, Akil. It's been helpful. It is soothing to just draw too. I do like that. So yeah, this whole thing is bonkers because I decided to put it in a specific environment. The next birdhouse should be fairly simple because I'm going to assume that it's in a neutral environment, right? So if something's shiny, just remember it's acting like a mirror to everything around it, right? So you'll want to think about that as you blend your colors, as you decide on where to put your reflections. Ask yourself, what might be out there off in the distance that's going to reflect back into this thing. These are not Copics, Steve. But I do have. Okay, I'll tell you the story of my Copic markers. So I mentioned that in college I used to buy my markers on like eBay because I was trying to save money. There's also another website I shared with the patrons. See, if you become a patron, you get all the super secret stuff where you can get really cheap markers, and it's legit. I've been to their store in LA. Anyhow, I used to shop for those on eBay, so I started my collection then. One of my professors saw that I loved markers, and so he had some old ones. He's like, "Here, do you want these?" So I got some old like Prismacolor markers that way, and trying not to bungle this highlight. Anyhow, I got some Prismacolor markers that way, and then after I graduated, bought some myself. Bought some markers myself. Let's see, I'm just trying to make sure I get this right here. Bought some markers myself, and then a while into like my professional career, I got approached by Copic. Well, not Copic official. It was the US distributor for Copic. And they were like, "Hey, do you want to do some promotional stuff for us?" I was like, "Cool." I wasn't expecting anything really. But they gave me a set. I forgot. It's not the full set. It's like half a set. So they gave me that set, and that got me pretty far along in my collection. And then as a professional would, do illustration work or work for other people, then I would increase my collection bit by bit. So that's kind of how I did it, because yeah, they're expensive. They're very expensive. For sure. All right, we're almost there. We're like in the home stretch, and I'm a line artist, so I'm gonna rely on some lines here to kind of help out. But if I weren't using lines, I would probably take, my time with the brush tip here and get all the little reflections on the rounds going around to help communicate edges and things like that. But I'll use some lines to help me out. So my marker collection has been a multi-decade at this point? Definitely more than a decade long journey of collection and resourcefulness and all that. So all right, so now I'm just going to use my pen You could do your pen before your marker if you use the right pen. These pens are Papermate Flare pens, and they're, well, there's a couple nice things about them. They're cheap, but also I'm just gonna throw a little bit of black toward where I would get the most intense reflections, just to help out a little bit. But they're cheap, and they don't bleed when you're shading with marker. Okay, so now I can start to pull out some of the details. Why do I not use Prismas very? I just don't like them. Plus, they're not refillable. So if I have to choose between using Prisma and another marker that is not refillable, I'm going to go with the up-and-coming Chinese brands for the most part, because of cost savings. Right, so that's what I think anyways. All right, so now you can start to see the chrominess coming into play, right? Steven says, I got 3 Copics in a subscription box last year. Oh, first alcohol markers ever. Nice. So just a reminder, I'm streaming on Behance as well. Streaming on YouTube. I'm going to try something a little, it's not really different. I used to do it more often. I'm going to kind of chop up the live stream and post the segments, so you're not having to scrub through everything. I'll do you that favor. So if you want to join the weekly sketch challenge next week, we'll be live again on Friday. I think I'm going to do Sunday this week. I didn't do Sunday last week, but I'm going to do Sunday instead of Monday. My Mondays have gotten a little bit busy. And we're going to kick off fashion. I'll mix in some sci-fi. I think I did that last time actually too. But I'll mix in some sci-fi for Sci-Fi Sunday. Sometimes you can mix gray with your colors as well. Or, I mean, if you want to be risky and go all the way black, you can do that. But you can mix gray in if you're looking for a bit more intensity or less saturation as you go. It's a really weird birdhouse. Oh, OEM companies for markers. I would only put my name on a marker that was like really solid. I've seen people do that though, illustrators, artists, whatever, and it's cool. I mean, it's a great way to support for sure. But the quality would have to be like top notch. All right, so I'll do one more after this. Do one more after this. Here it is a little bit angled so you can see the colors a little better. I still haven't figured out my lighting situation in my studio, but there you can see the colors and contrast a bit better. Again, with the... Hey, Bliss. I thought my notification was mistaken, but it is true. Spencer is streaming. I am. We're kicking it old school today. Is that a UFO? Yes. It's whatever you want it to be. Okay, I just need to check. Have I tried to draw an F1 wheel? I'm pretty sure I have in the past. But again, you can join the Discord, and the great thing about the Discord is it's not just me in there, you know, running things. Like I pop in, I'm not active all the time, but it's a good community of fellow visual explorers, if you will, that are, you know, trying to make it, trying to learn. So it's a good place to be if you're looking to just learn stuff. I wish I didn't mess this up. These slots on the side are supposed to be a little bit more parallel, but they're not. Don't tell anyone. This will be our secret on the stream. We'll just fake it. Illusion. I saw the funniest video this week. Like, I've watched it so many times, I can't stop laughing. It's I don't know if it's real, I don't know if it's fake, and I really don't care because it's hilarious. But it's an exchange between a babysitter and the 911 operator because she apparently lost the kid she was babysitting. Couldn't find him for 3 hours, so she calls 911. Hey, Nikki. I've heard of that before, but I don't know specifically if Salt Lake had or has. I know there's people in the chat on YouTube at least that have lived here long enough. Maybe they could answer that. So the question is it real that Salt Lake City had a punk rock movement like the movie? SLC Punk, I'm guessing, is the movie you're thinking of. I don't know, but someone might know. I'll relay that to you. Just finishing off this thumbnail here. Just to round out our page. So yeah, the challenge this week was birdhouses. So that's why I'm doing these. And yeah, it kind of looks like a UFO, but it's kind of cool. Like I was saying, you probably need some slots on this one to like let the water out. This one, you know, probably has something in there. All right, let's get the white magic pen out. Here we go. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know if it's real or not. It's the babysitter 911 call. It was so funny. So funny. All right, so just using a little white pen here. Kind of clarify and add some highlights as we go. Yay, my 3D print is done. Maybe I'll grab that and show you in a sec. Okay, this pen is driving me crazy. I haven't used it in a while, so. What happens when you have too many art supplies? There you are. So this is the Uniball Signo white pen. I do have a section on my website that goes over all the pens I use, and I'll post the link, Lori. You can watch it and laugh your head off. It does have some language in it, so just a heads up. All right, you guys can check that out. Language warning. Lori says there's no such thing as too many art supplies. I mean, it's kind of too many when you literally can't find anything because everything is everywhere. Okay, maybe this will work now. There we go. A bit better. Something like that. All right, just want to make sure you catch some reflections on the edges. That's again going to help with the overall appearance as you're trying to make something look more shiny. Let's see. Do I even have any warm gray? This is so weird. I just feel like their marker sets are kind of hit or miss. You don't know if you're gonna get a decent warm gray or not. It's like you just have no idea. Like this is green gray, not to be confused with Jean Grey. All right. Stationary Island. I've never used those, Steven. This is the way. All right. Let me do a quick background thing, and then I'll do the other birdhouse. This is Sketch Today Live. Thanks for joining. Thanks to the Behancers hanging out on this inaugural stream. Let me know if you have any feedback. Happy to listen. Hopefully this has been instructional for you. So a few squiggly lines here just to kind of create the background. And that's it. I'm gonna call it good. Even though there's things I would still change and work on. It's really hard sometimes to just stop. Like, I really do need a reflection, for example. Just in the top here. My kids are gonna start bugging me. Dad, can we play on the Xbox? They're home today. Thankfully, anyways, in Utah, they're doing remote learning days from time to time to kind of help ease the pressure on teachers and also infrastructure, right? Don't want everyone getting sick. Regardless of where you are on that spectrum, people are getting sick, so they're trying to ease that up. All right, there we go. So from sketch to marker. All right, one concept. Do people even use markers today? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I will probably always use markers, at the very least for quickly capturing ideas, and otherwise, they're just fun. All right, so this is our other sketch. We'll do this one real quick. We'll do a fast chrome. The other one took some extra time because I was trying to incorporate the environment itself. Into the object, and that is time consuming. Whereas with generic chrome, which is what I'm going to do here, it's a lot easier to just place a few reflections after you've value shaded your object. So this one should go pretty quickly. So get your pens and pencils ready. Next week we are doing fashion. That is going to be the weekly sketch challenge. You can do it on a person. You can do items of clothing. You could do accessories, whatever you want to do. I'm going to give myself the challenge of drawing people, though. Maybe I'll focus on a specific fashion style that is to be determined, to be decided, but we'll see. All right, and let's do our front view. I messed up here. I moved a little too quickly. After answering that question earlier, how do you keep your page from getting messed up? Keep your drawing tool away from your hand, but also give it some time to dry. Get this perch in. Cool. So there we go. So now I can kind of plan out where I want this chrome to be. Shapes. All right, just kind of planning out some reflections here. Not doing the birds this time. Little background squiggles. Just want to create the impression of there being some foliage or something going on, right? Contextualize your idea, your product sketch. Hello, Jack. Who is my favorite fashion designer? I don't have a favorite one. I guess right now it would be Target. Whoever does the stuff at Target. I just buy cheap stuff. Oh, you just ordered your containers. Nice. Nice. Your local Target probably has them too, if you're interested. So, okay, so this is interesting because this is gonna reflect back in. So depending on the color here, like if this is white, I'm gonna have like a little white sliver right here. So I'm just kind of anticipating and planning things out. Same here. I'm gonna get some reflection of this fin happening. I'm trying to remember if it's gonna curve away slightly, but either way, there'll just be some little reflection there, right? So just planning out the chrome. So now I'm just going to use 3 markers. If I can find a consistent 3 here. I guess I could use Cool Gray. Cool Gray is kind of a classic. Cool and Warm Gray. Classic chrome coloring markers. Say that 10 times fast. Classic chrome coloring markers. All right. And after this, we're going to wrap up. But reminder, the challenge this week is fashion. I'm going to kick that off on Sunday. Thanks again to Anne for your super chat contribution on the YouTubes. Much appreciated. This was a long stream too. I didn't realize I would go this long. All right, here we go. Cool Gray 2. Also, just be aware the reason I'm shading down like this, where I kind of have a blend. All right, let me zoom in so you can see a little bit better here. The reason there's a little bit of a blend here is even if it's a neutral environment, I'm trying to mimic a bit of what happens in real life, which is in the sky. If you look up in the sky, you're going to get deeper tones as you move up, and then the horizon's going to be lighter. All right, so take a minute and look outside, look around you, and you'll see stuff like this happening. All right, but I'll upload these after the stream, as I do for the patrons. If you want those in high resolution or higher resolution. So even here up top, kind of starting with this concentrated area, blending down. Same thing here, concentrated, blend down. I can always add the highlight later. Okay, so we'll keep this. I think I had some red on my hand that spilled in here, but we'll make do. We'll make it work. Designers, make it work. All right, so now all these dark bits I can shade in with my nice dark marker. And again, the idea is to mimic the reflections of things in the environment, but we're just doing this grayscale for simplicity's sake. So you're starting to see how that works a little bit, I hope. Alright, I'll add some depth to this as well in a little bit. Let's see, this cool gray 7. I need like a 5. And then I'm just gonna blend down. So remember, marker ink is translucent, so you can kind of work it, flip it and reverse it. Or whatever. I really should have used the Copics for this. It would have been a better blend, but it's okay. It's okay. It's alright. It's okay. It's alright. Draw all day. Draw all night. That's not the original lyrics, by the way. In case you're wondering. Name that artist. What is this object I am sketching? We're doing birdhouses. So we had a weekly sketch challenge that we just wrapped up for the channel, so you can check out the Discord if you want to participate in the next one. So I'm doing birdhouses. This is an Art Deco inspired, or sorry, not Art Deco, Streamline inspired birdhouse. We're kicking things off with here. We're not kicking things off, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. La guillotine. So yeah, it's a lot faster to kind of just work with the blacks and the grays. Sounds like two warring factions of aliens, the blacks versus the grays. Man, I remember when I was a kid and I watched Fire in the Sky and I couldn't sleep for, like, it was bad. I didn't tell my parents about it, but I was terrified out of my mind. Like, the aliens are gonna kidnap me. Ah, yeah. It's the worst. But yeah, reflections are fun. For sure. So yeah, this piece here, right, would reflect back in. So we probably get something like that happening. And then this piece, depending on what we color it, since the light's this way, I'm trying to decide. What do I want to do? I want to go light. Light till you get it right, people. Si puedo hablar español, si quieres. Pero a veces no sé qué palabra. Yo no sé qué es la palabra correcta para usar por algo. You watched it outside of drive-in. Yeah, that would give you nightmares too. I'm sure. I guess I just kind of believed it then, that they were real and one day they were going to come take me. So that's really what freaked me out at the time. More than anything else. It's like, they're going to come get me. I do love alien movies and documentaries and stuff now, though. But I used to listen to Art Bell back in the day, too. Shadow People. If you don't know what that is, look it up on YouTube. Shadow People, Art Bell.
Yeah, bro.
But also couldn't sleep for forever because of that. The shadow people are gonna get me and take me to another dimension. All right, let's wrap this business up. Just a little line weight on the outside here. A couple little spots here and there. So line weight is one way in which you can kind of get things to pop a little bit. If you're not relying purely on color and contrast, just a quick way to get your stuff to pop a little bit more. Of course, be judicious. It's a hard word to say too in your use, and you'll end up in a good spot. All right, I'm just gonna leave this one be. Let's stamp our work, people. Let's put the seal of approval on. Archive 81 is good as well. It's parts of it are kind of cheesy, but it is enjoyable. It's an enjoyable watch. Sketch every day. Let's do it. A friend of mine made this stamp for me. Much appreciated, Lisa. Thank you. It's a saying that I have, and I like it because it's a good way to just kind of sign my work as I'm going. So yeah, little chrome birdhouse there, and with the angle off, you can kind of see the contrast a bit better. So again, one of the benefits of getting the scans, but I'll scan this and upload it. Of course, you can catch the replay. I'm gonna go edit all those videos for you. Here's some of the thumbnails we worked on today as well. Always a good idea to thumbnail. And thank you for your submissions to the weekly sketch challenge. Now I've got a fat stack of birdhouse sketches. If you want to see the process on these, there goes my markers. Catch the replay on the YouTube, or I guess today's show will be available on Behance as well. All right, there's a few more. So it's been a fun week, fun challenge. Thanks for hanging and watching, and thanks for submitting your own work as well. Always a pleasure to see what you're up to and hear how you're doing. Y'all are so creative. Thank you. Okay. All right. Well, it's been fun. It's been real. Maybe I'll use this one more time. Like I said, if you are watching on YouTube, just drop a comment on the video after it posts later, or any video I post. Kind of helps with the algorithm and all of that. So, yeah, I appreciate that. Even if you don't like it, just leave a comment. It'll help out. You're just helping me in the long run. So yeah, sure appreciate you. Appreciate it. Man, don't know when to stop. Okay. Woo. We are good. We are golden. I'm gonna have some lunch because I am starving. I'm freaking starving. But that's how it is when you're doing creative stuff. All right. Well, thanks everyone. It's been fun. I'll be back probably Sunday for Sci-Fi Sunday, but also kicking off the weekly sketch challenge. Fashion, that's what we're going to be doing this week. So if you want to sketch along, check out the Discord. sketchaday.com/discord. Check out the website, tons of resources, and YouTube as well. Lots of videos there. And of course, you can catch the replay of this stream on Behance. All right, thanks everyone. Remember, passion is the process. Love what you do what you love. If you learned something today, take a minute to share it with other people, and that is going to help you get just that much better. Promise, because you're gonna have to break things down, package, and explain it to someone else. And in that process, you actually get better. All right. What do they say? Pay it forward, so to speak. You learn something, pay it forward. You're gonna be better off for it, and the world will be a better place. All right. Okay. Take care. Much love. Thanks again to the patrons and channel members for your support. If you're interested in supporting Sketchaday, check out patreon.com/sketchaday. And yeah, there's all sorts of goodies. Sci-Fi Sunday will be at around the same time, 9 a.m. Pacific. So this is kind of my regular streaming time. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. This is a long stream. Take care. Much love. And I'll see you next time right here on Sketchaday.